Hello, I am Arion. This is Book Zealots September wrap-up. Wow, it seems so long ago. Okay, so I have my notes. This is my book journal for the year. I think I started this actually in 2021 and I just continued using it for 2022. I will again continue it for 2023. So I have quite the pile in my list. Quite the pile on my lap. I have DNF'd 1, 2, 3, 4 books. Two of them were library books. So in a New York Minute, another booktuber had recommended it, said it was super cute and funny, laughable, laugh out loud funny. And I DNF'd it for cussing, for using Jesus as a cuss, and it's basically chick lit. If you like chick lit, you'll probably love that book. I also DNF'd Sons of Blackbird Mountain. It was not a book for me. It felt very, is contrived the right word?
Contrived, a definition used in manner of unlogical actions or unbelievable motions.
Yeah, it was unbelievable for me. It was eye roll. It was eye roll for me. I liked the premise. I didn't like the execution. So I DNF'd that one. I also DNF'd a book that I was supposed to buddy read with a viewer, and she actually warned me of the cuss, and I had passed the cuss. Sorry, hang on a minute. Something in the eyeball. Okay. Beyond the Point. This also felt like chick lit, and I thought, you know what? If this is how our female soldiers behave, oi. Disgusting. Okay, so those were the DNFs. Now for the books. Oh, I'm sorry, there was one. Yeah, you know the whole read a banned book? I did not read this. I soft DNF'd it, planning on getting back to it. And I just never did. Charles is a psychopath, and I could not get past Charles. So there's that. So I apologize for those who stuck through it. I have soft DNF'd it. Let me know if I should hard DNF it and get it out of the house. I'm okay with that. For the books that I finished. So, I have had this book for so long. It was published in 1991 by Harper's Collins. Is that right? I have had this book for so long, it cost $5.99. Okay, so I know someone gave this to me, and I just never, I had started it, stopped it, started, stopped it at least 3 times. But I didn't want to get rid of it because someone gave it to me. I don't even remember who at this point. And I know they're in California, so I don't think they'll be offended by me not having read it when they gave it to me. Anyway, I don't think they're in my life anymore. Erma Bombeck has a very dry, witty sense of humor. And if you're not paying attention, you miss the jokes. Some of them were, and others are, you know, I chuckled a couple times. It wasn't like completely hilarious. Unless you like that. This makes me scared to travel. I hope things are better. Now, I have traveled. I just never traveled on plane or boat out of the country. I have been out of the country. I've been to Mexico. I have been to Canada. You know, back in the day when you didn't even need a passport. All you needed was your driver's license. Oh, the good old days. Anyway, I'm glad I read it. I'll be unhauling it. This was kind of thrown in at the last minute. I will save that one. Okay, you all know that I finished Roots because, whoa, so good, so good. I kind of wish this were a better copy. If this were a better copy, I'd probably keep it. So I need to write my notes for my other book journal, and then I'll donate it to the little free library. Alrighty, what else did I sneak in? Sorry, I'm all discombobulated. Okay, the Tolstoy and the Purple Chair. If you decide to read this, I'm going to give you a little spoiler. This chair that she sat on, her cat kept peeing on it. Yeah, I did not like this book. I did not like the author's portrayal of herself. And her husband calls her crazy at one point. And you know what? I think he wasn't quite joking. I love the idea, but honestly, if you're sacrificing your family so that you can read a book every single day, that's probably not a good goal to have. Just my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Oh, I forgot another book that I DNF'd. So I had heard that this classic was really good. No, it isn't. Well, in my opinion. Do I really need to give that disclaimer? Obviously, it's my opinion. This entire book is about a man cheating on his wife. No, that's not something I care to read about. No wonder how beautifully it's written. It's evil and wicked and horrible, and what a rotten thing to do. Okay. Because of this book and Samantha, I'll put her channel down below because I know she's changed it. It was Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats, and now it's something else, and I'm sorry, I've forgotten what it is. So I'll put the information down below. But she had a great idea about reading a book every Sunday. So if you can't do it on Sunday, do it on Saturday. Or don't do it at all. Read it in 2 days. Read a book a week. Read a book a month. Just read. Read. Okay. So because of that, I've been inspired by Samantha to do just that. Can you say it's technically because of this woman? Sure. Go for it. Say it's because of her. Whatever. So this book, I decided to read super small, super short. Now Sometimes these books tend to be harder to read because they're nonfiction. They're dense. They're small, but they're deceptive because there's a lot to glean from small nonfiction books, right? Okay. So what I've noticed about A Nation of Immigrants is that the mentality of the immigrants has changed. I can do another video and have you all hate me more than you already do, but I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe. The immigration has changed. The mentality has changed. Nobody wants to come here the right way anymore. And I guess I'll leave it at that. So this has not aged well. I'm not keeping it. I'm unhauling it. It made me melancholy for the old days. Okay, so there's that. Another book that I snuck in, Our Story, 77 Hours That Tested Our Friendship and Our Faith by the Q Creek? I think they call it Q Creek, but I kept calling it Q Creek miners. As told to Jeff Goodell. These men are very coarse. There's cussing. There is male banter. Obviously, they survived because they told the story to this Jeff Goodell guy. I want to say I vaguely remember hearing about this on the news, back when we had TV. So that was an issue too, because the wives, the family members that were trying to get information about their husbands stuck. Wow, just, oh my God. Okay. The story is, while they were mining, they broke through a wall and a wall of water came rushing in because the map was wrong for where the old mine, which had filled up with water, was actually at. Accidents happen when maps are incorrect. Okay. They loved their job, but their wives said, you're not going back. Some of the frustration with the wives was the misinformation given to them through the media. I felt their frustration with them, and I don't remember if I teared up on this one or not, but I got this for free from the Little Free Library. I'm very glad that I read it. It gave me a better insight from the man's perspective as well as from the family perspective. And so I will be donating this back to the Little Free Library. And another book that I snuck in was 1776. And the reason why I did that was because the audiobook became available on Overdrive. And I thought, this is one of the books that I have. I have had it for a while. I want to unhaul this, but I think Prometheus wants to read it. Oh my goodness. So, 1776, how did we win? There was a lot more retreating than there was fighting. I don't know how we won. It's an absolute miracle.
We had some good politics.
we had good propaganda.
Yep.
Anyway. I want to unhaul this. It was good reading. I'm glad I read it. Now I want to see the British perspective, the redcoat perspective. And Paul Revere did not say the redcoats or the British are coming, the British are coming. He said the redcoats are coming. Okay. So there is that. Now, if you are not a Christian, you will probably want to leave now. Thank you very much for joining me. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought or if you've read any of these books. Well, these books, not these books. And thank you for visiting. Bye. Okay. Christian books. So I read Correct, Not Politically Correct by Frank Turek. I don't know this guy. And I think I have another one of his books. Oh, yeah. It's called I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. Did you know that atheist means not God? That's accurate. They're not. Okay. Oh my goodness. This book. So good. Now, most of this book was not in a religious tone until somebody else brought up religion. Then he brought in religion. This is a keeper. I'm keeping this. This was really good. Okay. The other one, and I don't even know why I bought this one. The author, Gregory Kukl. Do I have enough time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is Precious Unborn Human Persons, Only One Question by Gregory Kukl. And this also was written from a secular perspective, and that really surprised me. And oh my goodness, so much annotation in this. All mine, because when I got it, there was none in. I think maybe there was one or two lines that were underlined. But so good. So if you believe in abortion, then you might want to read this. If you don't believe in abortion, you still might want to read this. It was interesting, his arguing points, which the narrative the narrative for abortion hasn't changed at all, except maybe that they believe man can have a baby now. Trust the science. Very good book. Keeping it. So that basically has been my September, and at the very beginning, so that's what I've read, and then my DNFs. Going to continue trying to read a book a day, maybe not every Sunday, but at least once a month. I'm going to try and read a book a day. I have a pile, actually 2 piles because I split them up, so right here. And then I have something new coming up for, probably not October, huh? Maybe we'll try. It's going to be for next year, but we're going to start doing it this year, so maybe I'll have one for October, November, and December. And you'll have to come back for another video for that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining. Have a great day.